Alright guys, look man, this is like my fourth time trying to shoot this. Every time I go to freaking shoot, someone calls my freaking phone. Man, I hate trying to shoot videos like in the evening because I get like a million freaking calls. If it ain't a Turo guest, it's an Airbnb guest, and an Airbnb guest is a bill collector, and a bill collector is someone trying to sell me some shit. Then it's friends with their problems, and then it's my wife. Good God, there's always something, man. So look, I'm a really try to shoot this. Is like my fourth trying to shoot this. But today's video, guys, we are talking about where exactly do I park all of my 26 cars, given that I do not have a dealership, I do not have a I don't own a parking lot, I don't park them at the airport. So where do I actually park all my vehicles at? I'm where I was a super host with Airbnb. I have homes all through the city, mostly houses, but I have a couple condos as well too. What I do is at my normal home, I park about 5 to 6 cars there. I have HOA, so they really nosy. So I try to, you know, minimize how many cars I have there. I've had an issue with HOAs, which when I move into my next house, I'm not doing the HOA shit. I mean, and it's great that they, you know, take care of lawn and some things are included, but I do not like people telling me where I can park, how I can park, when I can park, how many people I can have. Like, I just don't like it. And my house right now is like $500,000. I'm like, damn, $500,000 and I still got a boss? Shit. You know, so, but I park cars there. I park about 5 to 6 cars at my condos in the parking garages. And most of my condos are in the city or near the airport. So I try to keep it at 5-6 cars max. I try not to overflow the parking garage and cause attention to myself. Over the last 4 years, I've had 0 issues with my parking garages, and that's given the fact that most of my check-ins are self-check-in. It's remarkable that I haven't had issues. I've had more issues with Airbnb and people checking in than I have with Turo. Most of my parking garages are gated. If they're not gated, it's still secure with like security guards. I've been fortunate enough to not have any break-ins, but that also might be because for like most of my economy cars, I leave the doors unlocked and I have the keys in a lockbox or in a hidden area. So if a robber is going to people's cars, they can just open the door and see ain't shit in there. I much rather they do that than they bust a window and then find out it's nothing, and then I gotta call my insurance to replace the window. So knock on wood, I've been fortunate enough to not have any break-ins. That's not everyone's case. All apartment complexes are different and you cannot control people. Right now, my cars feel pretty secure, but one day I might not. Like I said, I can't control people. There's always some wise guy to think, you know, he's the next genius to break into people's cars, and it just happened, you know? So, I mean, it is what it is. But this works out for me for several reasons. The main reason being that that it gives me a chance to check my demographics in different areas, and like what's the sweet spot and what's the hot spot, especially around slow time. So let's say what I would do, let's say a slow period for Turo is actually like around this period, between January 20th to like February 28th. It's a little bit slower. Your price is a little bit lower around this time. So what I'll do is whatever cars are renting out the most, because most of my cars are literally in the same category. Like if I got 1 Sentra, I got 6 Sentras, or 6 Sentras and 6 Elantras. You know, I have different cars in different areas. But I always have something that I can compare it to. Like if I got a Range Rover, I got a Mercedes GLE or an Escalade, or I had an Escalade. Things are in the same category. So if my home's in let's say Edgewood, or not my homes, my cars are booking more in Edgewood, then I'm probably going to add maybe 1 or 2 cars there just to see what they do, just to keep up with the competition and to keep my cars competitive. So, you know, it's great when because a lot of people don't have that luxury. Like some people got like maybe 1 or 2 cars. and then their cars will slow all the way down. God, people just keep fucking calling me. Their business will slow all the way down, and the problem with that is they don't know what to do. So they're like, oh man, it's just slow. They're losing money. The car's sitting there for weeks. I don't do that. If my car hasn't rented out in 3-4 days, I would literally shift it to the location that's booming. So if my location off of Moreland has, all the cars are rented out, 80-90% of the time, I'm moving 2 cars over there. And like I said, that's for someone who has, a lot of cars like myself. I'm pretty sure there's a company coming to Atlanta, a concierge company coming to Atlanta. I've been talking to them and trying to partner up with them, where they're buying a lot at the airport, and I'll be able to have my cars there, and they'll handle everything. I'm still debating whether or not I'm gonna do that, because I actually like meeting guests. I actually like networking. I've met so many wonderful people, so I don't know if I'm gonna do it or not, or I might just give them like the economy cars or some shit and still deal with the luxury cars myself. But that's what I do, man. Now, do my apartment complex, if you're asking if my apartment complexes or my condos, no. 2 do, and because they actually asked me about it. They wanted me to put them on the turo and how to help them get cars and yada yada yada. But the other ones don't. I'm not gonna be one of those YouTube guys that act like he's doing everything around the straight and narrow. Hell no, man. I buck the system sometimes. Fuck it. It is what it is. You know what I mean? I'll handle it when I handle it. I either, if it ever becomes like a real major issue or problem, which I highly doubt, but if it does, I'll just, consider getting about 50 cars and then having 5 to 10 cars paid for a warehouse. Simple. I've already been thinking about that anyway. Just if I get a warehouse, I'm more than likely going to have to hire someone, especially running 50 cars. You know what I mean? So going back and forth with that as well too. And plus, I want to see how well Turo does this year. They've gotten a lot of funding. I think someone just invested like 20 million or 200 million. Don't quote me, it's one of them, but they got investors, they got celebrities coming on. So I still want to make sure they're moving in the right direction before I invest into like 50 cars. 20 something is already a lot as it is, but I just want to make sure, but man, that's something you guys can do. Now, I do recommend, if you have a janky neighborhood, it's very, I don't know, what I mean? You might want to still keep doing handoffs. You can also do the lock boxes as well too. But if your neighborhood is janky and you're used to, dealing with people's handoffs, stay with that. Because what'll happen is you'll go to the wrong area. Your guests will put the car back. Somebody's watching them. They watch them put the keys above the sun visor, or you don't have a lockbox. Now the person that came in crunk your car up and drove off. Oh, that reminds me. I actually did have an issue before. I've had an issue one time. It was with my M6 BMW. I had just got done doing, so I was having like a beautiful night, and I just so happened to I always check my car's GPS before I go to bed. It's just a force of habit. I always check the status of my car. So I looked, and my 6 Series is supposed to come back at 6 o'clock. And the guy had sent messages like, hey, love the car, thank you, dropped the car off, sent pictures. But then I noticed the car was moving at like 11 o'clock at night. I'm like, what the hell? It was like, maybe, it was like in Lithonia, Georgia, and the car was supposed to be parked in Atlanta. It's like in Lithonia. So turns out someone did steal my car. They had watched the guy. Now this is before I got lock boxes and start implementing, remote starts and shutting the cars off. But luckily, my cars did have GPS. Me and the cops did track down the person. That was man. I wish I was YouTuber then, so y'all can see that video. That shit was funny as hell. Dude was like, "Bro, please, man, please, bro. I thought it was mine, bro. Please, bro." Man, that shit was funny, man. But yeah, they locked him up. I did press charges against him for stealing my car. But like I said, that was before lock boxes. That was before I was able to lock and unlock the cars from my phone. But besides that, I haven't had any issues, knock on wood. But, that's something you guys should consider if you're starting off. Just take your demographic area, take into consideration. If you got security or you got high-end security, that's a plus. Every city is different. So I mean, just take it with a grain of salt, man. But best of luck to you, man, in starting your turo or your rideshare journey, man. Well, start there. Hell, ain't nothing wrong with starting. You got to start somewhere.